June 17, 1972, a date that would forever change American politics. 5 men were arrested for breaking into the Democratic National Committee headquarters at the Watergate complex in Washington, D.C. What seemed like a routine burglary turned out to be the beginning of one of the most shocking political scandals in U.S. history. A scandal that would ultimately lead to the resignation of the President of the United States, Richard Nixon. In today's video, we are diving deep into the Watergate scandal, how it unfolded, the key players involved, and its lasting impact on American democracy. Section 1. The break-in. It all started with a break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters in the Watergate office complex. On June 17, 1972, 5 men, later identified as members of President Nixon's re-election campaign, were caught attempting to wiretap phones and steal documents. The burglars were connected to the Committee to Re-elect the President, also known as CREEP. But what initially seemed like a minor political dirty trick soon unraveled into something much more sinister. Section 2. The cover-up. Behind the scenes, members of the Nixon administration were scrambling to cover up their involvement. This wasn't just about a few low-level operatives, the cover-up reached the highest levels of government. Nixon and his closest advisors used hush money, obstructed investigations, and pressured the FBI to halt its inquiry. One of the most damning pieces of evidence came from the Oval Office itself. Richard Nixon had installed a secret tape recording system that captured conversations revealing the administration's role in the cover-up. This system would become the key to unraveling the truth. Section 3. Investigations begin. As the cover-up began to unravel, investigative journalists Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein of the Washington Post played a crucial role in exposing the scandal. Their reporting, based on information from an anonymous source known as Deep Throat, revealed the extent of the corruption. Meanwhile, Congress began its own investigation. The Senate Watergate Committee was formed in 1973, and televised hearings brought the scandal into the living rooms of millions of Americans. As the hearings progressed, Nixon's involvement became harder to deny. The most dramatic moment came when White House aide Alexander Butterfield revealed the existence of Nixon's secret recording system. This bombshell turned the tide of the investigation and led to the battle over the tapes. Section 4. The battle for the tapes. Nixon initially refused to release the tapes, citing executive privilege. This sparked a constitutional crisis, leading to a legal battle that went all the way to the Supreme Court. In July 1974, the court ruled unanimously in United States versus Nixon that the president must hand over the tapes. When the tapes were finally released, they confirmed what many had suspected: Nixon had directly participated in the cover-up. The most famous tape, known as the smoking gun, revealed that Nixon had ordered the CIA to block the FBI's investigation just days after the break-in. Section 5. Impeachment and resignation. With the release of the tapes, Nixon's political support crumbled. In the summer of 1974, the House Judiciary Committee approved articles of impeachment, charging Nixon with obstruction of justice, abuse of power, and contempt of Congress. Facing almost certain impeachment and removal from office, Nixon made the decision to resign. On August 8, 1974, he addressed the nation, becoming the first U.S. president to resign from office. Section 6. Aftermath and legacy. After Nixon's resignation, Vice President Gerald Ford was sworn in as president. Just a month later, Ford issued a full pardon for Nixon, sparking widespread controversy. Many Americans felt that justice had not been served. The Watergate scandal had far-reaching consequences. It led to sweeping reforms aimed at increasing transparency and accountability in government, including new laws on campaign finance and ethics. But perhaps its most significant legacy was the erosion of public trust in the presidency and government institutions. Watergate changed the way Americans viewed their leaders and set a precedent for holding them accountable. Watergate was more than just a political scandal, it was a turning point in American history. It tested the strength of the Constitution and proved that no one, not even the president, is above the law. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into history and politics. Let us know in the comments which